everyone. First of all, I want to thank you all for watching my channel. This is my first video ever. Actually, I don't even know if I'm going to post this. I'm mainly doing it to see how it is to talk in front of the camera. So this is take one. First and foremost, I want to thank God for getting me to where I'm at. He knows that this has truly been a dream to be able to show my recipes and to cook on YouTube. Since I was a little girl, I would be up late at night, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, watching all of my favorite YouTubers cook their meals. And some recipes I've even got from them, and other recipes are my own. And he just knows that it's truly been a passion of mine to be able to cook for an audience. And I truly think that it is because of God and His grace that I'm at where I'm at. I finally was able to purchase a camera. Little by little, I'm getting the hang of this whole YouTube thing. And yeah, I just want to give Him all the glory and all the thanks. Well, enough of that. My name is Sunshine. I'm not sure if I even said that yet. My name is Sunshine. And today, I'm going to be cooking breaded Frenchy fried onion chicken. I thought, what better way to start off my series or my YouTube, whatever you want to call it, other than one of the first meals I ever learned how to cook. I was around 10 years old, and I was so impressed because I cooked this amazing chicken recipe that was actually very simple and very easy to make, but yet the flavor and the taste of it was so delicious, and everyone complimented it, and it made me so happy as a young girl. I made it for my house for dinner over and over again. When people asked me to go to their house to cook, I would bring this or I would make this. I brought it to every special occasion. I made it for my mom for Valentine's Day, on a Sunday dinner, you name it. I was cooking this chicken recipe. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to share this recipe as my first video, and if you're in college and you don't know how to cook that well and you want to be able to make an impressive dinner or tasty meal, even if it's just for yourself, this is a great video for you. Or if you're going to do your first date and you want to cook something for the person you're with, or maybe it's even for your husband or for your kids, you know what, this is something that you could whip up really fast, and the taste of it is just out of this world. So this is the Frenchy fried onions. You might have used this to put on top of a green bean casserole, just like it is in the picture right here, on Thanksgiving, which is one of my favorite dishes at Thanksgiving. These are so amazing. You can bread them with chicken. You could put it on top of a casserole or on a salad. Me personally, I can eat them just like that. They're just so salty, slightly mild of an onion flavor, and they're crispy, and they're just so amazing. So that's that. You're also going to need some all-purpose flour. You're going to need 4 eggs, a little dish to whip up your eggs in, another dish for your dry ingredients, some salt and pepper to taste, and your chicken, and that's it. Alrighty. So before I start making the breading, or start putting the chicken in the breading, I have to make it. So for the wet mixture, I'm going to crack 4 eggs in here. So I'm just going to... There goes one. Nice little whisk. Wow! Okay, maybe I shouldn't have tilted the bowl. I don't know if I'm gonna put that in the video, but bloopers number 1, everyone. Accidents happen. You know what? That's just cooking. Cooking's fun. Messes happen. Spills happen. You clean it up and you move on. Alrighty, praise the Lord. God is good. And you're going to set that to the side just so you know what it looks like. It's just really runny. You don't want any lumps in the egg mixture, just nice and smooth, complete liquid. Now for the dry mixture. So, I forgot to mention, you're going to need 1 large Ziploc baggie, and I'll show you why. my one large Ziploc baggie. Just want to eat one of these because they're so delicious, like I said. So per square container, or I even believe there's circle containers, whatever the size is, per container, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour every 1 box of onions. So I'm using 1 and 2 boxes of onions. Slight spill. Okay. So I have my tablespoon, and you don't want a heaping tablespoon. And in case you don't know what a heaping tablespoon is, this is a heaping tablespoon. You see how it's not evenly across the circle of the tablespoon? So you can just use your finger if you would like. And there goes 1. So I'm going to do 4 since I used 2 containers. 2, 3, and 4. So there's that. And I'm going to close up my bag, letting all the air out. And here we go. So I'm going to mix it up, just like so. That should do it. Then, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to lay it out on a flat surface, and you can use a rolling pin, you can use a pot. I got a small pot right here, just really anything that can beat these onions into a crumb fine-like texture. And yeah, you can use anything, so here we go. This is the fun part. Okay, note to self. Probably should buy another battery because mine died in the middle of shooting this, and I had to go pop it in the charger for like 15 minutes just to at least finish the rest of the prep for the chicken. So here we go. In the midst of all of that happening, I was cutting up some chicken. I left 1 breast left so I can show you. So when you're cooking this chicken, you're not going to want extremely thick pieces of chicken, just so it all cooks evenly, and it'll be a lot more tender and a lot better, and it'll be more coating per chicken slice instead of X amount of meat and a small amount of crumbs. It'll be a good 1-to-1 ratio. So anyways, you're going to want to butterfly your chicken breast right in half, and when you do that, you're going to be making some thin fillets just like this. And you see the difference? I'll show you how to do it. So you're going to lay your chicken breast flat. You're going to put your hand right on top, and you're not going to go and cut it vertically, but you're going to want to cut it horizontally right in the middle of the chicken breast. So I'm going to turn it this way and hold it. Oops, I did not realize I was in that shot. So I'm going to hold it just like this, and I'm going to cut it right there. And you're going to see it starts to look like a butterfly or a little heart. So you're going to continue following that groove and just cut it right in half. And also doing this is going to cut the cooking time about in half, because if you're cooking a really thick piece of chicken, it's going to be in there for about 30-40 minutes. This way it's going to cook in about 20 minutes. So who doesn't like a fast recipe? Another thing that I like to do, and you don't have to do this, but I just like to make a few punctures in the chicken breast, and I feel like it's going to allow the steam to just move out of the chicken. It's going to cook nice and evenly on the inside, so we don't want no raw chicken. So I do that, but that's just a preference. You don't have to. If there's any fat on the ends of the chicken, I just toss that to the side. I don't really like eating fat. If you do, then leave it. No problem with leaving it. Okay, now we are done with it. And now we're going to do our chicken. Oops. So, you're going to want to dip it in egg first. Then you're going to want to dip it in the dry mixture. And you don't have to get a pan like this. I cooked this recipe for years, and I just used a regular baking sheet The fun thing about this dish is you don't have to flip it halfway through cooking. You just put it in the oven, forget about it for 20 minutes, pull it out, and it's ready. I recently invested in one of these pans because I made fried chicken not that long ago, and I fried it in the pan, and then I moved it to the oven to cook the inside, and I wanted all 360 around to be crispy, not just the layer on top, because if you have it sitting on a baking dish, the bottom part, it won't get soggy, but it just won't get crispy. So what this is it's a wired rack, and it's sitting on top of a baking sheet, and there's about an inch in between the rack and the sheet, and it allows the hot air to completely circulate around whatever you're putting on top of the rack. In this case, we're putting the chicken, so that hot air is going to go all around the chicken, allowing the bottom to get crispy and the top, which I like. So I got one of these. I actually got it at Target. I'm sure you can find it at any cooking store, Target, Walmart. And you don't want to use baking tray because those are thinner wire. This is a ceramic, I believe, so it allows you to put it in a very hot temperature of oven. So yeah, there's that. So you're going to get dirty in this process with your hands a little bit. No biggie. I think that's a fun part of cooking. You might not. You can use tongs if you don't like using your hands, which is completely fine. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm dipping it in the egg mixture, and I'm just going to let all that extra egg drip off because it's going to make lots of lumps and clumps in your dry mixture if you leave it just and you move it to the next station. So I just, you don't need all of it to drip off, just most of it. And then when you're done with that, you're going to put it in your crumb mixture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it get on that side, let it get on that side. And what I like to do is I just bury it in the crumbs like that. And you're going to want to press the crumbs into the skin so it really sticks to it. And you're going to flip it a couple times in there, make sure it's all nice and coated. You're going to want to do that one more time. And then there, oh this smells amazing. It smells like onions. And then you're going to have a nice breaded chicken breast. So then I'm just going to set that right here on my pan. And I'm going to repeat this process. So I'm going to finish up here. And another thing that I like to do when I have some leftover crumbs is I like to, here I'll do it so you can see, I like to get the the crumbs, and I like to sprinkle it just on top of the chicken, and I like to press it in, and when it bakes, it's going to stick to the chicken, allowing you to get that extra layer of the coating, which the coating is just delicious. You'll know once you make this, and you're going to love it, and you're going to do it like this every single time, I promise. Alrighty, so I'm going to finish this up because I don't want my battery to die. Hi everyone, so we are back. My whole entire kitchen has this wonderful smell from the chicken and the onion mixture. I showed you that last clip of all of the chicken when it's out of the oven. It did come out to about, I would say 14 pieces of chicken that I have just sliced in half. So altogether 14 little fillets of chicken. And we're going to dig into that in just a moment. But first I wanted to show you a taste test. And I already know it tastes good, but I want to show you on camera. First time doing one of these. By the way, you will always get real feedback. If it doesn't taste good, I'm going to let you know it doesn't taste good. But most of the time I've already tried this stuff before I show it to my fellow YouTubers, and it's phenomenal. I'm just going to sprinkle on a little bit of salt and pepper. By the way, I love salt. I probably shouldn't, but I do. Bam! Looks so good. Okay, let's see. This is me before I demolish it. Okay, so here is the true test. Wow, this, no exaggeration, is so good. This is like one of my top 5 favorite dishes. It feels like I'm eating in a restaurant. No exaggeration. your friends, your family, whoever you cook this for is truly gonna love it. You're even gonna love it. Comment down below how you enjoyed this recipe. Give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below if you want to see any special requests, any Mexican food, Chinese food, steak, chicken, you name it. I'll try and help you to cook it. Alright, until next time, God bless.